characters to sound not like me at all, and I don't want people to know it's me. When they first hear it, they're going to go, "Holy shit, that's you!" And I get that a lot because you come and Big the Cat. That's a little freaky.
Now you were talking about sound soak. Now is that like a spray style insulation permanent, or is it like little panels?
It's foamy panels with wedges, so the sound doesn't bounce back. And then you have to, the corners of rooms, you need what's called bass deflectors, because low frequencies tend to, the low frequencies will bounce off the walls and hit the corner and come back at the same time. Higher frequencies tend to just bounce straight off the walls and come at you. So you have to have bass deflectors in the corners, which are just big foamy blocks, and then you have to have foamy wedges all the way around the room. But if you want to build a sound-soaked studio for free, that's easy to do too. My very first studio, I found all the old blankets and comforters in the house that weren't in use, and bought a big box of push pins. And you just tack it to the wall just below the ceiling level and let those hang down, and you get a dead room. If you can walk in and clap your hands and not hear that echo, you got a dead room, and that's what you need to record in. If you recorded in a room like this, it would sound like you're in the second stall of the men's bathroom, and that's very unprofessional.
Now, are yours the ones where it's the horizontal line stacked, or is it the ones with the little points sticking out?
They're little wedges. Yeah, they're just wedges.
Okay.
So there are several different kinds. The top one that you see in movies and TV, that's called Sonex. Sonex is very expensive. To do an 8x10 room would cost you around $3,000. Mine in total cost about $400 to do the whole room. I bought mine from a company called foambymail.com. And it comes with a spray that you can spray and stick them on, but I made the mistake of using that when I built my first studio. When I sold the house and I went to pull those down, you're either pulling chunks of drywall out of the wall or leaving big chunks of foam on the wall. Either way, I had to have the contractor come in and redo the room. So now, the last time I moved, I just bought push pins, one push pin in the middle of each foam panel, and they're 12 inches by 12 inches square. Just one little matching color pin in the middle. You can't even see the push pins in them, but it works perfectly, and it's not expensive. Technical question? No. Good. What is it?
Have you ever heard of the web series Critical Role?
Yes.
Would you ever play on that?
Yes. Sure. Oh, you mean play on it?
No.
You mean perform? Absolutely. Dude, there are very few jobs I won't do. As a voice actor, we get to choose what we will and won't do, and there are jobs I won't do. The Trump thing was one. Ads for gun and knife shows, I won't do them. You guys all live out here in the East. Out West, we had an issue in the last few years with a 12-year-old girl at a firing range with her dad who blew her own head off when an Uzi recoiled. Why would your father take your daughter to a gun range to shoot an Uzi? I don't get that. And don't get me wrong, it's not that I'm totally opposed to guns. We need better laws. But I won't do commercials for gun and knife shows anymore because I've seen too much death and destruction out west where they do these, like in Tucson, Arizona. They love their gun and knife shows, and every year somebody's hurt. Just 2 months ago, we had a guy who, a kid was out at a gun range, accidentally shot his instructor and killed him. So for that reason alone, I won't do those. I don't do any ads that have anything to do with religion. Don't hold it against me. We all, remember, just because I'm one way and you're another doesn't make me right and you wrong, but I'm atheist. I was raised a Southern Methodist, and I didn't care much for religion. Organized religion seemed very corrupt to me. If it doesn't to you and you're religious, that's cool. I have no problem with what your beliefs are, that's great. For me, I can't do ads for, and I will never do anything again for Scientology.
What?
I'm so sorry. I got tricked. There was an audition that came along, and it was, they said a 1-hour session is all it's going to take. It pays $800. I'm like, yeah, I'll drive up to LA and see some friends and have dinner and do this session for an hour and get $800. A company called Golden Era Productions. And when I tell this story up in LA, like a couple of weeks ago, me and DC Douglas were hanging out at a bar in Hollywood, and I said, have you ever heard of Golden Era Productions? And he just laughed at me. He goes, ah, I got you, you asshole! Golden Era Productions is owned by the Church of Scientology.
Oh, God.
And I didn't know. So because I had this big serious voice read in the audition, they hired me, and I get there, and my first clue should have been that there were 3 security gates to get through to get to the building the studio is in. And I was like, what the hell is this? And And I got to show ID at each one of these gates. And at the third gate it said, Golden Mirror Productions, Church of Scientology. Oh God, what have I got myself into? And the script they had me read was awful. And I mean mean. I can't remember the guy's name, but the whole script was me tearing this guy a new a-hole, somebody I didn't know. Oh, he's an enemy of the Church of Scientology, and he's spreading rumors and bad, just terrible stuff. And I felt actually dirty when I left there, because I didn't know this guy. I don't know what he did. Okay, he's opposed to Church of Scientology, so am I. If people talk about me like that in a recorded presentation for their members, I'd be pretty upset. So, you know, you get to choose what you do as a voice actor, and you have to choose carefully, because you might end up recording for the Church of Scientology without even knowing about it. But now that I know who Golden Era Productions is, I'll never audition for them again. In fact, I unsubscribed from their crap on my email and I blocked them. So I can't even see auditions from them anymore. Yes, sir?
So, mine's got a little bit of confusion. Critical Role is the online web series with Matt Mercer and other. So, okay. So that answers my question.
Yeah, would I do it? Sure. And Matt's a great guy. I'd like to work with him and have fun. And yeah.
Because the way that you started to answer that question, I thought it might have been a little bit confused and went to a different direction.
No, I get you. And good for Matt, too, because he found that thing.
Yeah.
Matt, 4 or 5 years ago, was just another voice actor. You might not have even heard of him, except for a couple of roles. And then Critical Role comes along, boom.
Same with all the rest of them.
Now, we can't get him at some conventions. My manager and I are involved in a lot of conventions, including Yomicon. We can't get him to Yomicon. He's too busy, and now his price has gone way, way up. So, you guys are lucky. I'm cheap. So, I like the small cons like this the best. At the big cons like MagFest in Washington, D.C., you familiar with MagFest?
Yeah.
Okay, MagFest is huge. It got to nearly 30,000. Now it's kind of tapering down again. I was well known there because I went every year for 8 years. They had me as a guest. But it got to the point to where I could not walk through the lobby of the Gaylord. I had to go through the kitchen area and stuff to get, because I couldn't get across a room without being stopped 50 times for pictures and autographs. And I'm always going to stop. If somebody wants a picture or an autograph, I'm always going to stop. That's what I do, because I love the fans. I wouldn't be shit if it wasn't for you guys, and I know that. So I love giving back. You know, if you guys hadn't bought the games, my kids wouldn't have got through school. So thank you for helping put my kids through school. Go ahead, Brad.
Have you ever dressed up as Duke Nukem in the past?
It's funny that you say that. I have not, however, I will be in the future. I don't know if you guys know this, but about 3 weeks ago I went viral. I'm an ordained minister now.
Yeah.
So you saw that? Okay, I performed my first wedding ceremony. Matt Cernacker of Random Gibberish, he's a geek rock band that I produce all of their music. He got married 3 weeks ago in San Diego, and I was the ordained minister who performed the ceremony. And so I posted on Facebook, I said, yes, I'm an ordained minister, I'm performing my first ceremony on Saturday, so yeah, now Duke Nukem can marry you, right? So it went viral. Hi, Dee, you're back. We got on Instagram, I had 700,000 impressions, and then it was at Reddit. Who picked it up first? Do you remember?
What?
The ordained minister thing when I said Duke Nukem can marry you.
Sci-fi.
Oh, Sci-Fi picked it up first, and then eventually like Reddit. And so that was pretty big. So, getting back to your question again, yes, I will dress up as Duke Nukem. I just got artwork back this morning from my friend in Italy who does a lot of artwork and designed a suit for me. If Duke Nukem wore a suit to perform wedding ceremonies, what would it look like? I now have the artwork. Now it's time to go to the makers. And my daughter, perhaps, maybe Tawny, who knows, somebody's going to make this suit for me. I don't know what it's going to cost, I don't care. Because I have a dozen different offers around the world now to perform wedding ceremonies as Duke Nukem. Use the Duke voice and dress up in this suit, and I want to get a crew cut wig to put on. Yeah. Padded arms, because they ain't no guns here.
Now I know you have a very pretty set stance on firearms. Would you ever be against if a fan actually gave you, not a real one, like a prop version of Duke's gun?
That'd be fine. That'd be fine. I've actually shot a Desert Eagle. It was cool. I have pictures to prove that I've shot the world's biggest handgun, a 50 caliber gun with a barrel about that frickin' long. And this thing weighed, before I got to shoot it, this was an honest-to-God arms dealer in Chesapeake, Virginia, who I was blindfolded and put in a van, and I agreed to this. I was kidnapped. And they said, before we go, please turn off location services on your phone because you'll want to take pictures. So I had to turn off location services. All I know is it's somewhere in Chesapeake, Virginia, which is a very big rural area. And we got out there and I was amazed at the weapons this guy had. Now, I'm not a big fan of guns, but if you get a chance to fire an Uzi, you're probably going to do it. I did. I got to shoot a real Tommy gun, the real thing, an antique Tommy gun.
Stick or drum?
Drum. I got to fire an honest-to-God RPG at a mountainside, blew a big hole in it, and that gun, that 50 caliber gun, before I got to shoot it, I was told, okay, you need training first before you shoot this. It can break your wrist. The recoil is so strong it'll break your wrist. Is it time? Okay, so they trained me for a little while, and I was just nervous as could be. My knees were shaking. I'm holding this gun that weighs, I swear, it's 7 pounds at least. And I'm bracing my wrist like I was told to, holding it just right, and I squeeze off 5 rounds, and I hit 4 targets. And the next day, my wrist was bruised here from it just recoiling so hard. So I'm not opposed to shooting guns or having fun. As a matter of fact, you know, automatic AKs and you know, these weapons of war we have, I'm not saying they should all be gone completely, but how about if you're going to shoot one, you rent one at a gun range and you get to shoot it there. If you're that into guns, right? Make it legal by shooting at a gun range, and then you go home and you can have your, you know, your handgun or your BB gun or whatever. But I'm not opposed to guns completely. I won't do ads for them, but I'm not completely opposed. And I'm being told my time is up. That went by really fast, didn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Was it boring? Because I didn't do it? Okay. Good. I want to make everybody happy. And now it's autograph time. Where do we go now? Is that here too?
Right here, so you can actually keep talking.
I can keep talking, and you're going to set me up? Are you going to set me up? Here's this.
Oh, no, next.
Well, you're going to set me up so I can keep talking? Okay, good. I have this PayPal here thing, and I have some of these knock on and see things. And yeah, and I have markers. And who plays on the Xbox One? Kevin, have you played Bulletstorm Full Clip Edition?
I've played it before Bulletstorm, the remake.
You played it before Duke was in it?
Yes.
If I give it to you, you promise to play as Duke?
I would totally play it.
This is for you. And you in the back there, do you ever play Steam on Steam?
Yeah.
Oh, come up here. I have a Steam code for you to play Ion Fury.
Oh, cool.
So you'll need to write it down or plug it into your phone. Or pleasure to meet you. Love the mustache. That took some work.
Not really.
No?
No.
Oh, just wax?
They just,
Not even wax.
Naturally
awesome.
So
Just
read it
natural.
out loud. You want to get that top one. That's your code. Nice. Okay, so I hope you enjoy Jadis Haskell. That's the role I play. He's the bad guy. It is. Ooh, when is that happening? I don't suppose you want Duke Nukem to marry you.
it's got better off.
I pitched the idea to her mother, but her mother wants it very much to be around.
Oy vey. I'm verklempt here. Now I got a kvel. That's cool.
DC also offered, my uncle's minister and
Wait, DC, he doesn't look Jewish.
No, but he did offer to do the whole thing because he's ordained too.
It doesn't hurt my feelings in the least, don't you worry. But if I could be a guest, no, that's another thing. Ooh, can I throw your bachelor party?
No.
I promise not to bring David Eddy. I promise I won't invite him.
No.
Ooh, let's do that. No, I think we are V, are we cosplaying at Yomicon?
I don't know.
We don't know for sure yet? Hopefully, but it won't be Duke, it won't be Duke.
If someone has your clothing size, if they brought you to Duke Island, would you wear it?
Yeah.
Alright.
I'm gonna sit
Are you
on deck.
kidding? Not just yes, but hell yes.
Cool.
Okay.
Oh, I'm all set up. Okay,
Yeah, yeah, we can do that.
Anybody want an autograph card?
We can always punch the microphone down here. You can yammer all
We
you
could, but why bother? Thank you for coming to my panel.
He's asking.
Oh, okay.